All right, guys, this is really getting very interesting. IPOP is now being recognized nationally, and the Nigerian government, actually made this to happen. Say that they talk, say sometimes you dey pursue person. You don't know, say you go pursue and put for better place. Exactly what is happening right now in this issue of Biafra. They don't pursue IPOP people, push them, can't carry them, enter in a place when they say people, the world want to hear their story. The world is now interested in their story. So this latest development is drawing serious attention as the conversation around Nnamdi Kanu takes a new international turn. According to reports, indigenous people of Biafra has openly appreciated a U.S. Congress member for what they described as a bold intervention concerning Nigeria. So guys, I'm going to drop this video so you can see what is going on. I will be right back.
If you've been following conversations around Nigeria's unity and the ongoing debates about self-determination, then this latest development is something you'll want to pay close attention to. There are still voices both within and outside the country who are speaking up boldly. And now, that conversation appears to be reaching international corridors in a new way. According to recent reports, a statement linked to the Biafran movement is drawing attention to what they describe as growing international concern over the situation in Nigeria. At the center of this is a message attributed to Prince Kanu, who says there are still courageous and forthright individuals willing to stand not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for what he describes as the broader Biafran nation. And that statement alone is already stirring reactions across different sides of the discussion, especially among those closely following developments involving indigenous people of Biafra. Before we go deeper, if you appreciate clear, balanced updates like this, take a second to like this video, share it so others can stay informed, and subscribe for more thoughtful breakdowns. And of course, I'd really like to hear your perspective in the comments as we go along. Now, here's what's happening. Reports indicate that IPOB has publicly expressed appreciation toward a member of the United States Congress, identified as Mark Arnold, for what they describe as a bold intervention concerning Nigeria. While the exact details of that intervention are still being interpreted in different ways, then the acknowledgement from IPOB suggests that the issue is gaining visibility beyond Nigeria's borders. This is significant because international attention often changes how local issues are perceived and discussed. When a foreign lawmaker is mentioned in connection with a domestic matter like this, it raises questions about diplomacy, sovereignty, and global advocacy. Some observers see it as a sign that concerns about governance, human rights, and regional tensions are being noticed internationally. Others, however, argue that internal matters should remain within Nigeria's control. According to the same reports, IPOB is using this moment to renew its long-standing demand for a referendum. A referendum, in simple terms, is a process where people vote directly on a specific issue. In this case, the question of self-determination. For supporters of the Biafran cause, this represents what they believe is a democratic way to address long-standing grievances. But for others, it raises concerns about national unity and stability. To understand why this is such a sensitive topic, you have to look at the broader context. The Biafra issue is not new. It has deep historical roots going back decades and remains one of the most complex and emotional conversations in Nigeria today. Different communities and stakeholders view it through very different lenses. Some see it as a legitimate call for justice and autonomy, while others see it as a threat to the country's cohesion. What makes this current development stand out is the tone of the message coming from IPOB. By thanking a U.S. Congress member, they are signaling that they feel their concerns are being heard on a global stage. That alone can influence public discourse, both within Nigeria and internationally. It can also put pressure on institutions to respond, clarify, or engage more actively. At the same time, it's important to approach this carefully. Not every international mention automatically translates into official policy or action. Sometimes, statements from individual lawmakers reflect personal positions rather than the stance of an entire government. That's why many analysts advise caution when interpreting these kinds of developments. Still, the message from Prince Kanu adds another layer to the conversation. By emphasizing that there are still courageous individuals speaking out, he appears to be encouraging supporters to remain hopeful and engaged. Then, whether one agrees or disagrees with that position, it highlights the ongoing strength of sentiment around this issue. Another key point here is how information spreads in today's world. News like this travels quickly, especially on social media, where interpretations can vary widely. Some people may see this as a breakthrough moment, while others may question its significance or accuracy. That's why it's always important to rely on multiple sources and remain open to different perspectives. In parts of the country, discussions like these can influence how communities perceive the future. For some, it raises expectations. For others, it brings uncertainty, and for many, it simply reinforces the need for dialogue. Calm, respectful, and inclusive dialogue that takes into account the concerns of all sides. But there's also the question of what happens next. Will this lead to more international voices getting involved? Will it prompt official responses from Nigerian authorities? Or will it remain a statement that sparks conversation without immediate action? At this stage, it's difficult to say with certainty, and that's why careful observation is key. As we continue to follow this story, one thing remains clear. Conversations about identity, governance, and self-determination are not going away anytime soon. They are evolving, and moments like these, whether symbolic or substantive, play a role in shaping how those conversations unfold. And again, if you're finding this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like the video, share it with others who want clear and balanced information. Subscribe for more updates like this. And drop your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective really adds to the conversation. In the end, what we're seeing is part of a larger ongoing dialogue about Nigeria's future. Different voices will continue to speak, both locally and internationally. The key is to stay informed, stay thoughtful, and engage with these issues in a way that promotes understanding rather than division. Let me know what you think about this development and how you see it shaping the conversation going forward.
Alright my people, today na today. Something don't happen when don't make everywhere scatter for social media. Then say Biafra don't break new record, world level. Jubilation don't burst for different places. Then people they celebrate oh. Then others they question am. But wait first, wetin really happen? This record when everybody they shout about, how true it be? My people, not go anywhere because this gist it get as e be. This one a Prospect Channels TV.